The duel raged like thunder through the air. Lightsabers clashed, red against blue, sparks flying across the shattered floor. Anakin's fury drove him forward, faster, stronger. Dooku struggled under the young Jedi's raw power. Then, Anakin's blade struck. Dooku fell to his knees, disarmed, gasping for air. Palpatine's voice sliced through the silence. "Kill him. Do it." But this time, Anakin froze. His breathing heavy, his eyes locked on the Count's. For a heartbeat, something inside him wavered. Dooku, bleeding and beaten, met his gaze. "Anakin, he is not what he seems." The words came weak, but sharp as a blade. "Palpatine is Darth Sidious." Anakin's expression twisted, disbelief flooding his face. "What are you saying?" Palpatine's calm mask slipped for just a moment. "He lies, my boy. Finish him." But doubt crept into Anakin's mind. He stepped back, lowering his saber. "Prove it," he demanded. Dooku's voice broke, but his tone carried truth. "He trained me. He ordered the Clone War. He is the Dark Lord you've been searching for." Silence. The hum of lightsabers echoed. Palpatine's eyes glowed faintly yellow. "Enough!" he shouted, lightning fast, striking Anakin with the Force. Anakin flew back, slamming into the wall. Dooku seized a chance, escaping to the collapsing corridor, half dead but alive. Anakin rose, staring at the Chancellor with horror. Everything, the war, the Council's mistrust, the endless deaths, began to connect. Palpatine extended a trembling hand. "Anakin, you must understand," but Anakin's saber ignited once more. For the first time, the galaxy's chosen one looked at his mentor. Not as a friend, but as the enemy. The truth had been spoken, and nothing would ever be the same again. Coruscant shimmered under golden light, but to Anakin Skywalker, the city felt cold. Dooku's words echoed his mind. Palpatine is Darth Sidious. Every glance, every word from the Chancellor now carried weight he could no longer ignore. At the Jedi Temple, Anakin stood before the Council, his voice trembling with urgency. "Masters," Dooku said, "Palpatine is Sidious, the Sith Lord we've been hunting." Mace Windu frowned. "Count Dooku was a deceiver. You know this. He would say anything to twist your loyalty. But what if he wasn't lying?" Anakin pressed. "What if we've been fighting his war, not ours?" The silence in the chamber was deafening. Yoda's eyes narrowed. Doubt leads to confusion. Confusion leads to the dark side. Anakin's fists clenched. He looked from one master to another, searching for belief, finding none. To them, he was still the reckless Padawan, the outsider. Later, in the Chancellor's office, Palpatine smiled softly. "The Council still doesn't trust you, do they?" he said, his tone almost kind. "They never have. Yet I trust you, Anakin. You must find the truth for yourself." The word slid into his heart like a blade. That night, standing on the temple balcony, Anakin watched Coruscant's endless lights fade into shadow. He realized the Jedi were trapped, guardians too blinded by pride to see the storm forming within their own walls. He whispered to himself, "If they won't see it, I will." For the first time, Anakin Skywalker turned away, not from the dark side, but from the Jedi themselves. And far below, in the Chancellor's chambers, Darth Sidious smiled in the dark. Deep within his office, Palpatine stood before the skyline of Coruscant. The city's glow reflected off his hollow eyes. He could feel it, a tremor in the Force. Dooku still lived. Anakin's doubt had grown stronger. His fingers tightened around his cane. The boy hesitates, he thought, and Dooku dares to breathe after failure. With a slow breath, Palpatine reached out through the shadows of the Force, calling to his agents. "Commander Fox," he said, voice sharp as Durasteel, "issue a silent order. If Count Dooku is found, terminate him." Meanwhile, across the galaxy, Dooku hit on Sereno, wounded but alive. He meditated in pain, feeling Sidious's wrath closing in. "He knows," Dooku muttered. "The game has changed." He sent a coded message to a single person he believed could still be turned, Anakin Skywalker. "The truth cannot be buried, young one," the message said. "Sidious will destroy us both to protect his secret." Anakin read it in the Jedi archives. Alone, Every word pulled him deeper into turmoil. Was Dooku lying again? Or was Palpatine already planning to silence him too? That night, Anakin returned to the Chancellor's chambers. Palpatine smiled warmly, but his eyes flickered with suspicion. "You seem troubled, my boy. Has someone contacted you?" Anakin hesitated. "No, Chancellor. Just thinking." Palpatine studied him for a long, silent moment, the air heavy with unspoken threat. "Good. I'd hate to think you were being misled." As Anakin left, Palpatine turned to the darkness and whispered, "Then it is time. Both must fall." Outside, thunder rolled over Coruscant. The storm of the Sith had begun to rise. The morning sky over Coruscant burned orange as tension filled the Jedi Temple. Mace Windu stood silent before the council. "If what Dooku said is true," he stated, "then the Chancellor is the Sith Lord behind this war." Obi-Wan's voice was steady, but his eyes held doubt. "We must be certain, Master. If we strike at the Supreme Chancellor without proof, the Senate will turn on us." Anakin stepped forward. "I've seen it myself. His presence in the Force, it's dark. He is Sidious." The chamber fell silent. There was no longer any doubt. Moments later, a small Jedi strike team entered the Chancellor's office. Palpatine greeted them with calm composure, his face unreadable. "Master Windu," he said softly, "to what do I owe this unannounced visit?" Windu's voice was iron. "You are under arrest, Chancellor. The Senate will decide your fate." Palpatine's lips curled into a faint smile. "I am the Senate." Before anyone could react, lightning erupted from his hands, hurling 2 Jedi across the room. The others ignited their sabers as blue and purple light clashed against a storm of red. Outside, alarms blared. The Senate chamber erupted with confusion as reports spread. The Jedi have turned on the Chancellor. Across Coruscant, clone troopers hesitated, unsure who to follow. The Republic stood frozen between 2 powers, the protectors of peace, and their leader revealed as a Sith. Palpatine, his voice rising over the chaos, called out across the holonet, "The Jedi are traitors. The Republic is mine to protect." As the Senate chamber fell into uproar and the Jedi Temple prepared for war, one truth became clear. The Republic would never be the same again. As the Republic fractures and the Jedi are branded as traitors, Count Dooku reaches out from the shadows. Once an enemy, he now seeks to join forces with Anakin Skywalker to destroy their shared master, Darth Sidious. But in this fragile alliance between light and dark, trust is a weapon, and betrayal could decide the fate of the galaxy. Full chapter. 300 words in the chaos following the Chancellor's attack. The galaxy burned with confusion. The Senate called for order. The Jedi called for truth. And amid it all, a secret transmission reached Coruscant, an encrypted signal only Anakin could trace. It was Dooku. The hologram flickered to life, his face pale and lined with exhaustion. "Skywalker," he said calmly, "the galaxy bleed because of him, because of Sidious. You've seen it now. You know it." Anakin's voice was low, wary. "You expect me to trust you after everything you've done?" "I expect you to see reason," Dooku replied. "The Jedi are broken, the Republic enslaved. Sidious will not stop until both are ashes. Together, we can expose him, destroy him." Anakin paced the chamber, conflict boiling inside him. Part of him still hated Dooku, the man who once cut down, his mentor, who mocked him as a pawn. But another part, the part Palpatine had shaped for years, now saw the truth in his words. "How?" Anakin demanded. "There are recordings," Dooku said. "Proof of his control over the war, of his orders to both sides, hidden within my fortress on Sereno. Come, Skywalker, see the truth for yourself." Anakin ended the call, his heart pounding. He turned toward the temple, knowing what this meant. If the council found out, they'd forbid it. But he didn't care. He needed answers. He needed to see. As Anakin's ship prepared to leave Coruscant, far across the galaxy, Sidious smiled in his office. "So," he whispered, "the boy walks into the trap himself." The game between master and apprentices had truly begun. The Senate rotunda roared with chaos. Senators shouted across the chamber, demanding order as clone troopers formed ranks along the balconies. At the center, Chancellor Palpatine stood, calm amid the storm, his hooded eyes fixed on the two figures entering the room. Anakin Skywalker and Count Dooku. Gasps filled the hall. "What is this?" Palpatine's voice echoed, smooth and commanding. "A Jedi and a traitor together?" Dooku's tone was sharp. "Enough deception, Sidious. The galaxy deserves to see its true master." From his cloak, Dooku activated a holoprojector. Images flickered across the air, transmissions of Palpatine giving secret orders to both Republic and Separatist commanders. Gasps turned to screams. Palpatine's smile twisted into a snarl. "Fools! You think this changes anything?" Lightning burst from his hands, striking Dooku to the ground. The Senate chamber exploded into panic. Anakin ignited his saber, blue light reflecting in his furious eyes. "You lied to me." Sidious drew his crimson blade. "I gave you power, boy, and this is how you repay me." The duel that followed was thunder. Red and blue blades crashed beneath the great Senate pods, sparks raining as Anakin drove Sidious back. Troopers fired wildly, senators fled, and Dooku struggled to rise, watching his former master battle his new ally. Sidious's rage split the air. "You cannot destroy me." Anakin's strike sent his saber flying, his blade hovering at the Sith's throat. "Then let the galaxy see who you are." With one swift move, Anakin cut to the Chancellor's mask of lies, his face twisted, deformed, burned by his own power. The Senate gasped in horror. As alarms blared and Sidious screamed in fury, the galaxy witnessed the birth of truth and the death of illusion. But victory, as Anakin soon learned, would come at a terrible cost. Coruscant was silent. Smoke rose from the ruins of the Senate chamber as dawn broke across the city. The Chancellor was dead, the Sith Lord exposed before all. Yet instead of peace, the galaxy trembled on the edge of collapse. The Senate split in two. Some hailed Anakin as a savior who ended Sidious's reign. Others branded him a traitor who murdered the Supreme Chancellor in cold blood. Across the stars, clone commanders received conflicting orders. Without Sidious's control, the chain of command shattered. The Republic had no master, only confusion and fear. Inside the Jedi Temple, the Council debated in turmoil. "We cannot control this," Mace Windu warned. "The Senate will turn on us." "They already have," Obi-Wan replied. And Anakin, he's caught in the middle. In his quarters, Anakin stared at his mechanical hand. The hand that ended Sidious. The echoes of the battle haunted him. "He deserved it," he whispered. "Didn't he?" Padme tried to calm him, but his voice hardened. He deceived everyone. If the Jedi had listened sooner, maybe this war would have ended long ago. News spread across the holonet. Systems breaking away, armies refusing orders. The Republic was splintering. And for the first time, Anakin began to see power not as corruption, but as control. When the Jedi Council asked him to surrender command of the clones, he refused. "No," Anakin said coldly. "I ended this war once. I'll decide how it ends now." Outside the temple, storm clouds gathered again over Coruscant. The Republic was dying, and within its fading light, Anakin Skywalker stood at the crossroads of destiny. Justice or vengeance? The choice would decide the galaxy's future. Weeks passed since the fall of Sidious, yet the galaxy did not heal. Instead, it fractured. The Senate was paralyzed. Clones fought clones, and the Jedi found themselves blamed for every broken promise of the Republic. In the Outer Rim, a familiar voice rose once more. Count Dooku, survivor of every betrayal, declaring himself the rightful guardian of balance. From the ashes of the Separatists, he forged a new coalition, calling for peace under his leadership. His message was clear: the Republic cannot save you, only order can. On Coruscant, Anakin listened to Dooku's broadcasts in silence. His face was unreadable. The Jedi Council begged for unity, but their words carried little power now. Millions looked to Anakin as a hero who had slain the Sith, the man who ended the Chancellor's tyranny. Yet within him, the conflict burned. Dooku's offer arrived in secret, a meeting not as enemies but as leaders. You have seen what corruption brings, the message said. Join me, Skywalker. Together, we can bring true balance. Not through politics, but strength. Anakin hesitated. Padme pleaded with him to refuse. If you go down that path, you'll lose everything, she whispered. But Anakin's eyes were fixed on a horizon where warships blaze against the stars. Maybe strength, he said, is the only thing this galaxy understands. That night, Anakin's starfighter lifted into the void, destination unknown. As the Republic faded and Dooku's shadow spread across the stars, the galaxy once again held its breath. For in the silence between peace and war, the legend of Anakin Skywalker was about to change forever.